Hi everyone. Hello, 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 hello. Good evening from England. Good day, depending on where you're going to be watching me from. Good day, good day. I hope your weekend has been okay. I hope your weekend has been all right. And I hope that everything is well with you and your family. For those that have a family, and if you don't have a family, I hope you're well and your loved ones and friends are doing okay. So please share the live, share it to your friends, share it to anyone that you think that will benefit from um, this chat this evening. So I'm here to talk about, of course, the business, which I do. But before I do that, I'd like to say a big welcome to my new engagers, the people that are following me now. Thank you very much for joining me. Thank you for following my page, and I hope that I am of impact to you and yourself. So, moving on to the topic of the day, I know that many of us have been, we've grown up to know that education is important. And whilst I'm not denying that, of course, education is amazing. In fact, I'm a big, big advocate of education. But there is a big but now. My but is simply that um things are changing. Education is no longer enough, or is no longer no longer enough. No, it's enough, but maybe you just need something else. Some of the rich men in the world, the women, and one of the things that I've found out is that you don't necessarily need an education to succeed. Now, I'm not saying you don't go to school. I'm not saying you don't get an education. Of course not. My children are in school. I have children. I've gone to school twice. Well, twice by like I have two university degrees. I have my first degree and a master's degree as well. And if time permits me, or if I get to that point, I can even decide to do a PhD because learning is continuous. There is nothing absolutely wrong with continuous learning. But in the economy of today, um, it's always best to have I think the realization that we need something else aside from our employment is now becoming imperative. There are so many business opportunities out there. Like there are so many things, there are so many gaps that one can think of and fill up. There's so many options out there. But I think at the end of the day, it's whatever you are comfortable doing that you should consider doing. Now, chosen personally to do an online business. I have chosen personally to do a digital business. And my reasons are very simple. And I also know that many of you would resonate with that reason. The reason I've chosen to do an online business is because it is online. It's that simple because it's online. Now, what do I mean that it's online? It is online. So I found that in the past couple of years, with the great use of social media, in fact, it was COVID that made social media take off, to be honest. It was there before, but before COVID, it wasn't something that was, people just used it for fun. Those that knew they were using it for their businesses, but not everybody knew. And there is this statistics that I found one day because I was just reading like digital marketing, what is it all about? Where what's the growth rate? When did it become popular? And a research was carried out in the city of Texas, which what was the word now? So the research basically tried to work out the research showed that before COVID, because that's a very good benchmark actually. Before COVID, about 25% of businesses, and by businesses we meant any type of business, had an online presence. Do you know what happened after COVID? Do you know how many businesses moved online? 83% of businesses went into the online space after COVID. They were talking about 21, 22. Like when I realized that, when I read that article, I was like, wow. So that means online is a place to go to then. Like you shouldn't be found anywhere else. You should be on the online space. So that really made me start looking at what is possible online. The beauty of online is you can do it at your own pace, you can do it at your own time. You can, like, it's just an amazing place. It's a new marketplace. I always say it's the new marketplace, it's the new oil field, anything you can call it. So yeah, I'm just trying to share my life. I know that this will benefit a lot of people, so I'm just going into my page to share my life so that people can come in and have a conversation with me. I mean, if wherever you're watching me from, please let me know where you're watching me from. I'd like to know where you're watching me from. If you think this is an interesting conversation, please let me know as well. I'm really up for engaging. I really, really want to engage with you to know what your thoughts are. So, the online space. It's an amazing space. The new marketplace, I call it the new oil field. Like oil is no more on the ground anymore. Oil is online. Oil is online. So yes, it's a new marketplace. And why I love an online business, not necessarily what I do, is I can do it at my own time. It's flexible. So I'm not limited by the four walls of a room. Like your day job, you have to go to an office, you sit down in a place. I'm not limited by all of that. I can take it anywhere. I can travel and I know I'm going with my business around with me. And that's for me is the beauty of the online business. The flexibility was what really, really, really attracted me to it. Because I'd like to be able to travel anywhere I wanted and not be worried about my business. I'd like to be able to decide one day that, you know what, I'm going to leave the United Kingdom perhaps and live maybe somewhere in sunny Dubai, or and I wouldn't worry about my business, because that's what many people worry about for their traditional businesses. When they want to move, it bothers them because how do they move their business with them? So I started with something. I said education. Now, the reason I brought education into the picture is simple. We invest a lot of money in our education, right? We go to school, we pay fees, we buy books, we buy uniform. Even if we were to monetize the time we spent in education, it's a lot. We advertise, sorry, we spend that much to get educated. But recently, what I've noticed is that when you tell people to come and invest in a business, or even an online business at that, they're always asking questions. What if it fails? When will I make profit? Like, so I thought I would come here today to to break that myth, or to talk about that, because I know it's a very valid question and I know people are genuinely concerned. But I'm going to put it back to you. When you started your education, did you know whether there was a job waiting for you immediately you finished? You were not sure. I'm sure many people are not sure. You just hope and pray that, okay, at the end of it all, let there be a good job waiting for you, isn't it? That is the way it works. Also, the fact that you didn't know did not stop you from trying, like from having an education, right? You still went ahead to get educated. You went to primary school, secondary school, perhaps you may make it as far as college, and even have a master's and even a PhD or even a postdoc. You invested your time, your money, your resources for something that you're not even sure of. Because there are so many people out there that are fully educated, but they don't have a job. And it's not because they don't know what they are doing. They just don't have one. They've tried everything. It's just very difficult to get a job. But when they started that journey, they didn't allow that uncertainty to stop them. They decided to take the plunge because they knew that the alternative was not an option, right? The alternative was not an option, or the alternative would not be, it's not really an option for them. At least let them have the basic minimum GCSEs, like they go to secondary school. They still invest their time and money in a business, and even one on the online space, a genuine one on the online space. You invest money, isn't it? But of course, you invest with the hope returns. So why I get the question, when will I make money, is surprising to me. I really find it shocking because you spend money to travel to a new land. You're not even sure what that place is going to give to you. You just give it a trial. And you come, you struggle and struggle and struggle and struggle. That thing that you were dreaming of, sometimes you don't even get it. But you were willing to take that risk to leave where you are to go to another place. The same with education. You do the same thing. You just go to school, you get educated, you learn. You don't know if you write that exam, if you will pass it or not, but you write the exam anyway, right? You don't know anything about it. You just don't know. So there's a lot of uncertainties. And whilst it's normal to have those feelings, should you allow it stop you? Really? I don't think you should. Because as with anything, the alternative is not even an option. I don't know about you, but for me, if I don't start a business, what's the alternative? I keep working, 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 working. Maybe one day when I'm 68, that's the UK laws. I retire. By then, my leg will be paining me. Or, I don't know, old age resetting. And I won't now be able to enjoy, the time that I then now have. That, for me, is not really an option. I prefer something better for myself. I want to enjoy living. I want to enjoy traveling. I want to live a fulfilled life while I still have the willpower, the energy to do that. Right? So when people ask me, oh, will I make money soon? What if I fail? What if you don't try it? How would you know you're going to fail if you try it? It's like, how would you know you're going to fail an exam if you do not write it? And for you to write the exam, you have to prepare. Some people spend months to prepare. You see GCSEs now. My son is in year 7. I am already thinking of GCSEs 4 years from now. Everything I'm doing is putting him in a position to get ready for that exam. And that's how life is. As with anything, you put in the effort, you put in the energy, you put in the resources, and at the end, hopefully you get good success out of it. And even if you didn't get any good success out of it, there are learnings you have taken along the way to help you in other aspects. The other day, Richard Branson, he started a business. He started trying to. He started a business, or he started on his journey through, being an entrepreneur. He tried about 8 or 9 businesses, and they all failed before he was successful with Virgin Atlantic. And now he's successful everywhere. Virgin Atlantic, Virgin Cards, Virgin this, Virgin everything Virgin. He has lots of franchise businesses and other businesses that he does. But it took him 9 or 10 failures to get to that point. The same thing with Thomas Edison, the manufacturer of light bulb. I always use this example with my son. He tried to design or invent the light bulb, and he failed 999 times. It was, for each time I failed, I learned what was not possible. So therefore, he didn't try it again. He tried something new. He succeeded in manufacturing the light bulb at the 10,000th attempt. And whilst I'm not saying, so you see, they kept on going, they persevered, they kept trying. Now, I'm not saying that whatever you do, you will do it 1 million times. No, That's not what I've come to say. But what I've come to say is that if they did not try, they wouldn't know how not to do things. And that is it with life. If you don't try to go to school, you will not learn anything, you will not be educated. If you don't try your hands at any business, you will not know whether you will succeed or not. So I liken education to investing in a business. You invest to get educated. You're not sure of the result. So many of us right now are so unsatisfied with our jobs, despite the education that we have achieved or acquired. I read a lot about people that are pharmacists, doctors, they are coming into the UK, and this is directed to my fellow immigrants. They're coming into the UK, they're doing care work. I'm not degrading care work, I'm not degrading social workers, but how is it? How do you train as a pharmacist in your home country and then you come abroad and you're doing something that is way, 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 way below what you studied for? Do you understand my point? So my point is there is no certainty, but you don't say because you're not sure that you don't give it a go. You have to give it a go. So I don't know who this is for. If you are going to catch the replay, reflect. Running a business, you don't know if it's going to succeed except you start. If you don't start, you don't know. So I liken a business to education. You cannot do without being in education. You cannot stay without being in education. No matter how everything you do, you try. Even if you don't come out with that first class, for example, you still come out with a third class, you still finished. And while on the surface of it, the third class is a failure, it's people think it's a failure. It's actually not, it's an achievement. But my point is you only try first. If you don't try, you don't know. So I'm here to encourage you this evening. I don't know where you're watching me from. I don't know what your situation is. Stop. Don't shortchange yourself. Give yourself a chance. Believe in your abilities. You have come this far. Wherever you are at now, you have come that far. This is not going to be, I don't believe it's going to be a waste of your time. I don't know what your pain point is. I just know that I do not want to work until I'm 68. I also know that I want to impact lives. I have visions, I have dreams, and I know that my paid employment is not going to give me the opportunity that I need because I need time to be able to carry out those things that I want to do. And that's why I decided to do this business because it's online, it's flexible, it's a business that can be passed down generations to generations. Let us break this generational chain of continuous cycle of education and then no wealth. I want to leave a wealth for I want my great grandchildren to hear about me. Ah, it was your great grandmother that left that thing for you. That's what I want. I want my great children to know that I lived because they will be enjoying what I worked for. That's what I want. A legacy. It's not something that we had the opportunity to experience. I don't come from a wealthy background, but I come from the middle class. My parents were educated. They gave us what they could at the time, and I'm grateful for that. But I want to do better by my children. I want to do better by myself because I deserve better. And that might be the same for you. And I'm just telling you for free. I have worked in the UK now for over 15 years, and I can tell you, I don't see an end to that cycle of paying bills and paying bills and paying bills. Even if you get promoted, even if you earn £120,000, by the time they collect tax, until on me, how much is left? It's not going to end. So I have to borrow myself brain like, you know what, I need to find an extra source of income. I cannot keep working and working and working and working and working until my body breaks. So this is for someone watching me today. I run a digital business. It is flexible. more attuned to affiliate marketing, but of course, you have to invest. At this juncture, all I'm going to say to you is come in and have a look. I'm not going to say beyond that. Just come in and see. If it is right for you, you would know. If it is not right for you, it's not a problem. You can always walk away. You can always walk away. It's not a big deal. But at least you looked. Don't be on the fence. Don't sit on the fence and keep saying, these people, they're talking this, they're talking. No. I will be your mentor. And that's all the other beauty of this opportunity, this business opportunity. The opportunity for me to mentor people, impact lives. Something about. And this is an avenue of which I can do it. I've lived in the UK for so long. I know a lot of things that I really, really want to share, especially with children's education. It's my passion. So if you are in the UK and you decide to work with me, you're not just going to get mentorship from owning a business. So no, you won't get that. You won't just get that. You will get much more. I promise you that. That one I know for sure. You will get more than that. I will support you. I will be because I have a lot to give. I have a lot to give. I don't know how to give it. And that's why I'm looking for an avenue to reach out to people so that I can give. And that is this beauty of this business, mentoring. And the beauty again is that as time progresses, I can become a coach. Sometimes some things are not just only financial. Yes, there is financial benefit, there is self-development benefit, there is the opportunity to impact lives. Can you see? Empowering dream, impacting lives. That's my vision. That's my motto. Empowering dreams. You see those dreams, let's bring it to life. I'm here to help you. Impacting lives, and I'm also here to give an impact. So, first step, sign up on my website. You will watch a video, 90 minutes. If you think 90 minutes is too long, somewhere on my Facebook page, I have a WhatsApp number there. Send me a message, I'll send you a shorter version. 20 minutes on. But you first of all have to register on my website. Then, when I send you a 20 minutes, you watch it, and then you decide for yourself the next step. I know that you people are so smart. And that's why I'm not going to start telling you, oh, come and do this. I'm not going to tell you what to do. But what I will do is to give you all the resources that you need to make a decision for yourself. That's all I'm doing. I'm only here to tell you about this opportunity because it is changing lives. My own life is changing and I can't keep still. I want to give out. I want to give to you. I want to share it with you. But you need to be willing to learn. You need to be willing to be coachable. You need to have a desire for change. And that way we can work together. Because at the end of the day, it's your decision to make, it's your choice to make, and most importantly, you know what is best for you because you know yourself better than anyone else. So that's my little talk for today. I hope it inspires you. My website is there. Please sign on my website and let us connect on the inside. Look around my page. I'm not alone. I've had conversations with several people in this business from all over the world. So don't sit on the fence. Join today. Right, till my next video. It's good night from me.